Breaking news out of Beirut, Lebanon, where anti-government protests have turned violent. Tear gas, explosions in the street as protesters clash with police. You can hear the noise right there. The clash is taking place. Pretty incredible video there. CNN senior international correspondent Ben Wiedemann is there. So Ben, explain what's happening here, and you in protective gear.
Yeah, we're just on the street from the parliament where earlier demonstrators were right outside of it. They clashed with the riot police who were using water cannons, tear gas, and now we are up the street. We're in Martyrs Square, which is really the heart of Beirut, where right behind me are the riot police. They've been firing dozens and dozens of rounds of tear gas. And over here, let's go have a quick look. The protesters are sort of back there. You can't really see them because of the thick tear gas that is going on. But just to give you a bit of context, it's now more than 3 months that these mass protests have been going on. They have been, by and large, peaceful. But this week has been declared as a week of rage, and it certainly has lived up to its description. We have seen violent clashes with the security forces in other parts of Beirut, one of the main sort of shopping districts. There were demonstrations there last night, earlier in the week, that turned violent. And these are really, as far as I can say, is the most violent we have seen so far. What are they protesting against? Lebanon's going through what is essentially an economic collapse. The local currency, the lira, has lost 60% of its value against the dollar, and this is a country that imports almost everything. So prices have skyrocketed, unemployment has gone up. Some people are only being paid half their salaries, others no salaries at all, but expected to work nonetheless, and this is the result. Some economists have described this as the pitchfork moment. The moment where people decide peaceful demonstrations, peaceful protests doesn't work, and it's time to become violent.
So Ben, it's been called this week of rage, and we're going to move with you at the same time that we're hearing, you know, I guess that's tear gas, you know, going off. Were we also hearing kind of that and call to prayer? A call to prayer that was also in the background that usually comes from the mosques?
Yes, because the main mosque of Beirut is right behind me, the Mohammed Al Amin Mosque, and it just happens to be the time of prayer. But I don't see a lot of people stopping whatever they're doing to pray at the moment. This clearly the focus is on protest. Now, you may have heard these bangs before. Those are fireworks. Fortunately, nobody is using live ammunition at the moment. But I mean, here, let's just move over. Just, if you look in the road behind me, I'll just step out of the way. You get an idea how many rocks have been thrown just in the last, I'd say, 40 minutes or so. And behind the haze of the tear gas, there are hundreds of people, mostly young men and young women, who have been taking part in this protest, which does not seem to be coming to an end on this Saturday night here in Beirut. Ben
Wiedemann, thank you so much. In the thick of it there, we're going to come back with you. Of course, you be careful, and we're seeing it live as it happens. You know, the streams of tear gas there, and this clashes between these anti-government protesters and authorities.